Welcome to part 2 of Establishing a Business, where Melissa and I discuss some of the myths and some of the mistakes that people make in starting a business. Enjoy the show.
Simply straight talk with your host, Reggie B. Come on, let's all join in. Free your voice, it's your choice, all right here. Oh, simply straight talk.
Because I think that's the thing for most people is like, what business should I start?
Oh my gosh, yes.
That's the tough part, because I think a lot of people see people that's successful, whether it be YouTube or voiceovers, they think, oh, I can do that. And then they do it and they find out I don't really have a passion for it, or it's not their skill set.
Oof, yes, definitely.
So then it's kind of like, what do I do now? And it really is, like Melissa said, it's trial and error. You got to find out, what are you passionate about? It may be something stupid. Like I tell people, on Shark Tank, I see people who got, like the one guy who made the sponge and now he's a multimillionaire with a sponge. A smiley face, what was it, the scrub buddy? It's like the simple things, like whatever your idea is, just try it. If people laugh at you, you just never know. You could be successful with it.
You never know until you try it.
You don't know.
Good grief.
But you got to try. You got to step out there and just actually try it. Do your research. Be patient with yourself. Don't over-expect other people to be all on board and supporting you and throwing money at you. Because my goal is to eventually get it to where I'm not chasing money, but my money is following me.
Right.
That's the goal. So if I'm on vacation in Barbados, Bahamas with Viola Davis or Tachina Arnold or Regina Hall or Shantae Moore, whichever one calls me first, I got money hid in the bank and I'm not sitting there on the beach. That's the worst feeling, to be on vacation and you're like, okay, if I buy this drink, okay, this gonna cost me. I got to pay the rent when I get back home. That's not a good feeling.
It's really not.
No, so if you're in like you're starting your business, you want to build your business so that you got money coming in.
Absolutely.
And that's the other thing, is keep in mind, when you start your own business, everybody wants a deal.
Yeah.
It's like, well, can you give me a discount?
And that's the interesting thing about places like that, place with the F that I work on. Like I have the most interesting people. Like, well, can you do this 1,000 word voiceover for $3? That's not even an option. That's not an option. They're like, well, you can do a custom order for $3, sir, and it's 1,000 words. If you don't go ahead somewhere, I know my word. And even where I'm at right now, like it's still not where I want to be. Like, I know that I have adjustments that I have to make. Like, one of the things that I thought when I first hopped up into this is, I'm a keep my prices low, and people just going, they gonna pop up. But then I started buying things on Fiverr, and people do edits for me for a video or something, or scripts, definitely scripts, good grief. I'm not going to pick the person that is charging $5, because I'm like, oh, wait a minute, what's going on here? That's just me personally. And it took me up until like a couple weeks ago. I was like, wait a minute, if I won't pay $5, because I'm like, well, what's your quality level? Like, why would they pay $5 for me? I got to get my life right and get adjust myself. So, like we were saying, with doing your research and your marketing and, doing your competition analysis and seeing where other people are pricing things and where you would be willing to go. And then you got to think about yourself as the consumer. Would I pay for this? And would I be willing to go so low for this? Because, if I want a laptop and it's $10, I'm not getting that laptop, because what the hell? What is this about to do? What's this $10 laptop about to do for me? So, you just gotta know your value and your worth. But, also don't get crazy with it. Ain't nobody paying. I'm not paying $100,000 for a laptop. that laptop can kiss the crack of my behind. But, you know, there's just certain things that I just, once again, would have liked to know going into things. But I'm happy that I have the ability to take this time to, like, slow down. I didn't shut down my business, but I definitely slowed a lot of things down. So, you know, when people ask, where you at? I'm planning. I'm learning. I'm trying different things, and I'm put myself back out there again, and be like, oh, okay, yeah, like, yeah, I know, right? Or it won't be, and then I'll go back into the lab and start over again. But you know, sometimes things work on the first try, sometimes things don't, but that doesn't mean that you give up. You just got to keep going. And then, you know, when I started out in Fiverr, I was getting crazy orders, and then things just started to be a little stagnant, and I was like, all right, I gotta make some adjustments. So that's what's happening right now, and I hope, you know, whatever adjustments that I make, things start to, you know, look good in my favor and all that jazz. And even with my social media, like, things were going at a good pace. I actually hired somebody for that. I just want to put that out there, yo. That wasn't the girl is an amazing person. She's such a sweetheart, and she does so well managing social media. But her and I, we were both starting our businesses at the same time. Like, I think she went in officially like 6 months after I did, and we were both learning so much. And she took on a lot of clients around the same time. I think I was her first like real full-time client. She was doing it more as a hobby before she, you know, got her LLC and everything. And then she realized there's so much more to being a social media manager than I had ever thought that there was going to be. Like, it's just so much more to this. Like, I have got to take a break and shut this down and plan everything. Like, I just didn't know. I'm becoming overwhelmed because my business didn't have the structure that it was supposed to have and that I needed. So things were starting to fall apart, and I didn't even want to do it anymore. It wasn't fun for me anymore. And she said that, and I was like, girl, oh my gosh. I was feeling guilty because I felt like I needed a break. And I was like, I dreamed for this. I prayed for this. I wanted this so bad. Why would I want a break? Because I didn't start off the way that I feel like I should have. Mm-hmm. So I needed that time to, you know, take a bit of a break. But even then, I took a break. I came back, and I still didn't take enough time. I took on a break for like a week or two, and I was like, okay, I'm back in it. Girl, go sit down. Go figure your life out. You don't got this, okay? Go have a seat and figure it out. So that is what I'm in the process of doing right now. My social media is shut down all around. Not saying that people should do that. I'm just saying I'm doing that. It is on hiatus until I have got a better plan. I'm talking to my audience the way that I want to. I'm getting the message that I want to get across, not the message that somebody told me was going to make me money. Because I was never in this to just be, I do want to make money. Let me be clear. But I started voiceover because I love to talk, and I love to be my weird and crazy self. And I get to put that in people's recordings and people's videos and people's podcasts, and it just brings me so much joy. And somewhere down the line, you know, I started to think about, well, what's actually going to make me more money? And then it stopped being fun for me. And I was like, oh, yes, this isn't fun right now. Like, I feel like I'm going to work. I might as well have stayed where I was at. At least I got to get out the house and get away from my kids more often. But now we all home together, and I don't hate it. I do like it, but I don't love it. And for me, it was like, well, what was my point if I was going to do something that I didn't love again? Now, there's going to be parts in your business that you're not going to love. Everybody going to have something that they don't love, that they have to do. You got to pay taxes. Who love to pay taxes? Who's like, oh, I'm going to pay taxes today? Nobody. But you got to do it. But talking and being silly and being creative or yelling at somebody or something like that. That's what I love. I absolutely love talking in all types of crazy voices because that's just me. And I just had to reel it back in and find my way back to why I started this in the first place. And me and a social media manager, we both like, oh gosh, we just kept extending our break. She's like, listen, I thought I was going to be back up in this month, but now it's August and I still need a second. I said, girl, I'll see you in September. Okay. I need another second. It's a lot, but I feel like this is the most clarity I've had since starting this business. Like, it's just so clear what it is I need to be doing, where it is I'm trying to go, what it is I'm trying to get across, and it feels really good. I feel like I have a weight off of my shoulders, and I don't feel like I'm a amateur anymore. You know, sometimes people, I hear a lot, they feel like they're doing something, they have a business or they have a job or something, and it feels fake to them, and they feel like they're like, you know, and they might, you know, downplay what it is that they're doing. They're like, oh yeah, I got my little this, or yeah, it's kind of like a business. Like, that's how I felt. Like, yeah, well, you know, I kind of got like his voiceover thing. I would always throw thing at the end of it. No, damn it. I got a whole voiceover business. I'm a voice actor, all right? I just was, you know, there's some things going on over there, and it was starting to get a little fuzzy. But things are looking super clear right now. I just need just a couple more weeks to put myself back onto the, you know, the platforms and everything, but feeling good.
Yeah, because it's a lot of work. I mean, because we've talked about that, like, just managing social. Like, I know I'm bad at it.
Me too.
I am bad. It's like I post on YouTube, but not as much as I should. Instagram once a week, and they say it should be like 3 times a day. And it's just like trying to create content every day. And just imagine 3 different types of posts every day on Instagram, then on YouTube, then on Pinterest. It's just like, okay, in between everything else you got to do, you got to come up with all these creative things for social media. And it's like, oh my God, I'm just so sick of it.
Yes.
It's a lot. And then the hashtags and, you know, have you heard where like, it's all these different things? Like some people say, yeah, use all the hashtags, but you got to put like a little, questions in all of your posts. And somebody just recently said, when you post something, that means you post it, you use your hashtags, you go to other people's posts similar to the post you made, and then you comment on their things and like their posts. Then you come back to your post. Then you go to another post and you post on 6 more people's posts. And you're going back and forth, and then you go back and comment on more people's stuff, and then that'll get you more likes on your post. And then you go back and comment on everybody that commented on your post.
Disturbing.
It's yes. I'm like, first off, that's confusing as hell. You know, it's like, oh, it's a lot. Because I had a blog, I got rid of the blog.
Okay.
You know, I was like, okay, I can't keep writing blogs and writing scripts and then posting. So every stuff, I just had to start eliminating stuff that I'm like, okay, is this beneficial to me and what I'm trying to do?
That's right.
Yeah, so I had to get rid of it, but people just don't realize it's like having somebody to do your social media. I think that's worth it.
It definitely, man. Listen, like I said, I'll see her in September. That's just not something that I can keep up. I'm not an organized person at all. I try so hard to stay organized, but that's just never been me. And I'm 30 now. I'm not trying to change. I'm going to be as organized as I can be. And there's a lot of, I have so much respect for the people who plan out things, like not even just with social media, but just, I mean, in life, like, good God, who have real plans and stick to them consistently every day. They're like on top of it. I'm like, oh my gosh, how do you do this? I said I was just going to make lunch and braid my daughter's hair today, and I didn't get anything done. Everything came up. So it's just social media. It just wasn't something that I felt like I wanted to stay. And my dad, he was the one who gave me the idea, because I started, my personal social media, because I didn't really have an Instagram. I deleted that like 6 years ago. I said, I don't want this. I'm tired of these fake lives and seeing people they're just so fake. I like Facebook a lot, but Instagram, they're just so fake. So much of I couldn't take it. And even now, I'm still not on there like that. Like,
no,
I had to pay somebody to do it. Because for me, I start to make comparisons sometimes, and I don't do it intentionally, and I tell myself I'm going to stop. And then somewhere down the line, my mental health be like, girl, and my, it just be a little off some days. And let's pretend that's a day that I got all these comments that I have to reply to. And, I posted something, and it's just, good grief. I'm doing like, you were saying, you make a post, and then you hop on somebody else's post, and you make comments, and you like and all that. So I'm doing that. I'm hopping around, I'm liking stuff. And then as I'm going through pictures and stuff, I'm like, well, why didn't I do that? Or why doesn't mine look like that? Or I posted that, but I didn't get that kind of response. And I mean, it's human nature. Sometimes you just make comparisons, and sometimes it doesn't get people bothered. But there were days that I was bothered, and I said, I can't do this. This isn't something and to those that are able to manage everything, kudos. That's amazing. I have so much respect for everybody that can, juggle. I mean, not just with social media, juggle things in life. Good grief. But social media just wasn't part of my act. I couldn't do it. So I will hand her the things that I want on there, and I'll let her know what I'm going for. And, I might hop on there and throw on some comments, and, especially when I get the responses from Simply Straight Talk, because she has no idea what I'm even talking about or what you guys are talking about. And I'm like, that's me. That's 100% me. She can't. I'm like, I got this. Hold on. Hold my drink. But aside from that, like, I just couldn't get jiggy with that. Or even with the TikTok. You see me? I was trying with that. But I've never been the type of person that likes to follow trends. I've never, in high school, I was always the outcast. But not like, ridiculous, like she sits by herself outcast. But it's just, I'm not doing what everybody else is doing. I'm always doing my own thing. And I think it's more because I'm a middle child, and, everybody had their, like, my brother had my mom, my sister had my dad, and, I'm just off to figure out what works for Melissa. So with TikTok, a lot of the times these people get big and successful because they're doing these trends. Now, there's a lot of them that don't have to do any trends. They did their own thing, and now they started the trends. But there's a whole lot of them that have to do trends, and it just is not my cup of tea to sit here and try to stay on top of what trend is relevant, because every week it changes. It's not the same thing. What worked today is not it tomorrow. And I'm like, oh hell, this can't be my life. Like, I'm gonna hop on there, but it's not gonna be that 4 or 5 times a day, 7 days a week. Hell to the no. I'm like, oh, y'all go ahead. Y'all go, because I know some of them, they be making some money, and it opens a lot of doors for a lot of people, but that is not for me.
Yeah, me neither. I just can't, because, like, I joined TikTok, and I was on TikTok for one day. I was like, listen, I can't do this. Because if anybody who looks at my social media, you see I'm more of a behind-the-scenes person. Every once in a while, I throw my face out there. But it's just so much like trying to, like, you good at it. Like, those videos where you was, like, actually, like, pointing to something, then the word pops out. And I love those videos. But when I tried it, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna leave this to Melissa.
Oh my gosh.
I just live it through her.
You're silly. And they can be fun. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do enjoy doing some things on there, but they just want you to be so consistent in order for you to build a real following. And you gotta hop into those trends from time to time to be able to stay in the algorithms and on the For You pages. And I said, oh hell no. If something is funny to me, like something speaks to me. They had this one and people were doing the song from it was a mystical song. What is it they were saying? I don't know. It was an old mystical song, and they were using that clip in their TikTok, but I just couldn't find the time to be able to recreate that. And I was like, oh man, I really want to do that one, but I just couldn't do it. And I was like, you know what, this trend shit stuff wasn't for me anyway. Like I can't. It's just that's not my. And everybody's gonna find out what works for them. Trial and error. Like I tried TikTok, and I'm probably going to post things on TikTok, but it's not gonna be what everybody else has done because that's just not what I do. It's not gonna work for me.
Yeah, me neither. I applaud the people who do it, who can keep up with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I know for me, it's just not. it's just not for me. I mean, because it's trying to connect that with your business, and then if you're doing the trending stuff, some people may be like, oh, well, can I take you serious if you're saying you're a lawyer but you on here, doing a Lil Wayne thing, or it's just everything now is about perception, so it's just so much. It's like I try to keep up with it, I really do, but I just like this weekend. I just said, I'm not doing nothing this weekend.
All right now,
it's
my kind of weekend.
Yeah, it's like because you have to take a break. You
have to.
Then I was arguing with one guy. I did a little lyric. I gave him his lyrics, and it's the same thing. You got to deal with people who like, oh well, can I pay for this based on the fact that once we make the song and give you like a little percentage? Like, no, that's not the deal. I want my money.
I know that's right.
I know
that's right.
Yeah, it's like it's tough, but it's fun. It's fun, but it's just mentally, you just have to be prepared, like Melissa said, to be consistent and just keep going at it. Especially, and like social media is such a big part of today's society. Like you have to be on social media.
Absolutely.
You have to. And I'm on social media. I don't even know how to use. I just post up. I'm like, I hope it works.
And my social media manager, as she was taking her break, she was like, I need you guys to plan out what you want for the month, and then I'll make a caption and everything for you, and make certain things for you, and then you just gotta post it, and stay consistent with your messages and everything. I said, well, I guess I just won't be doing anything because this just isn't gonna work for me. Like, she's like, you know what, Melissa, I'll have my assistant do it for you. I was like, okay, cool, that's cool. But then somewhere down the line, I realized what I was doing wasn't what I fully wanted to be doing. Not that I didn't want to do it. I love talking about mental health. That is like definitely a passion for me. However, the way that I was doing it and who I was trying to talk to, they weren't lining up. So I was like, I need to take some time and figure this out and plan differently. And like those things I was talking about with my dad and the website, and I was trying to explain my vision and it didn't come out the way I wanted it to. And I was like, I can't even explain this to her to be able to have her do it the way I wanted to. Like my Instagram wasn't looking at all like it looked good, but it just didn't look how I wanted it to because I didn't know what I wanted. So that just I really needed to take this time to just fully figure it out. So yeah, that trial and error. Sometimes you do have to just throw yourself out there to figure out what it is that you want. I mean, yeah, do your, of course, planning, research, and everything like that. But some things you don't know until you get in there and figure out, okay, I don't want to do things this way, and I don't want to do my business that way. I don't want to talk to this type of, person, and I'm not going to keep my prices this way. And if somebody starts off a message with, yo, definitely blocking. I'm professional. Oh my gosh. Just last week, this guy gonna send me a message on Fiverr. Talk about some But with Fiverr, you can't just ignore the person. You gotta respond back, or your rate's gonna go down. Your response rate. Oh. So I'm like, hi, how's it going? And he's like, I need a IVR. And I was like, okay, I'm not responding to this. So he keeps sending me messages back to back, like, I need a voicemail. I need a message. I said, block.
What?
I gotta block you. Good. Gosh. So it's just different ways that people start off a message that I start to notice, like, this is gonna get weird, isn't it? This is gonna get. But I wouldn't know that if I wasn't already up in it.
Oh my
gosh,
goodness.
It's so weird. Yeah, so oh no. Or like with the scams and all that, people really be trying to, like, even though I'm the one selling something, but people really be trying to take your voice and do, how like TikTok, the one chick on TikTok, she did something in like Japan or something. She thought that she was doing a voiceover for a company. They ended up using her voice for all the talk to text speech for TikTok, and she ended up suing, and she won, and now they ended up changing the voice. But you have people that are out here trying to do that. They're like, oh yeah, I'll pay you such and such money. It could be a decent amount of money, but they're really trying to sell your voice for something else. And you just gotta be really, really careful. And that's when those groups, like my Facebook groups, they come in handy. Unfortunately, they aren't the black ones. But neither here nor there. The Facebook groups, the community that I've built with these people, like, I've been able to find out, be weary of this type of person, because they're trying to get this from you. Like, I would have easily fallen into a few traps, and my voice will be on somebody's platform, and I only got paid $200, and they making millions.
See.
It's just it's interesting. So y'all make sure that you're careful, but it's very helpful to join like Facebook groups. Like, didn't you say, Reggie, you was in like a podcast group?
Yeah, because I was in, what was it? I'm not gonna say the name because they ain't finna put them on blast. Mm-hmm. But I was part of two podcast groups. One was, it was pretty much our podcast group, and it was just like when you say, everybody, if you ask the question like, "Hey, how can I get, more listeners?" You would get everybody posting their podcast episode coming up.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's like nobody's answering the question, like, what microphone do you guys use? Listen to my podcast. Like, that's not telling me, it doesn't answer my question.
No help.
None. But the other podcast group, when you ask a question, you actually get help. They actually, like, really advertise, like, hey, anybody want to be on my podcast? Oh, that's a side note, everybody. I got to share something with you after this. But it was like, that group was like people working together. They was collabing together. You asked a question. You got an honest answer. Right. You can actually say, hey, check out my podcast and let me know what you think about my audio, my sound quality. And you really did get people that would give you honest feedback. Mm-hmm. Versus the other group where it was just, look, listen to my podcast and like it. It's like, come on. And I think that's the thing that kind of turns me off about some of these groups, where they're supposed to be kind of like a support group for people who are a part of something, that doing the same thing. And it just turns into either a bash session or people just really trying to promote their own stuff, and they don't care to really build a group about helping other people.
That is so true. I am in a ridiculous amount of black entrepreneurship groups on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And in these groups they have these rules that you're supposed to follow, and one of them a lot of times is like, don't self, because the groups sometimes are just used to help each other, not really to promote ourselves. Like, I'm in somewhere that we're to promote ourselves, and some they're not. And all I keep seeing is, get a logo with me today. Get a logo. And I'm like, what's up with these logos right now? Like, why are people out in, oh my gosh, if I check my DMs, if I go into the side that's like the spam side, all I see is these daggone logo people. And I'm like, yo, what is going on here? So I ask a question like, why is there so many logo people? All the logo people want to hop up in here. I'm like, where's the help? I'm really like, what's going on here? Where is the help here? And then, they just try to promote themselves so hard. And I'm like, I really wanted to know questions about like taxes and stuff. Like, this is my first year with my LLC. And y'all talk about some damn logo that I don't need because I already got one.
See,
Sweet Jesus. But then I have my voiceover group, and good grief, they're just so daggone helpful. But I just wish that the black business group, because I'm in so many of them, there are maybe 2 that are like genuinely helpful, but then the rest of them, they just like, what? I don't know what y'all be talking about, and it don't answer my question at all. I need help.
yeah, and it just gives them a bad reputation, and
That's such a shame.
yeah, because black businesses already have a bad reputation.
Sure do.
So they already have a bad reputation. So that's why, like, I don't understand why when we have a group, let's make it professional. Let's make it what it's supposed to be about. But it just irks me too, because I had to leave 2 of the groups. I'm like, I'm done. It's either, like you said, the little scamming people, or now I'm getting all the people like, hey, you want to make money?
Oh my god. That one. Lord have mercy.
DM me to find out how to get $300, how to turn $50 into $1,000.
That's so weird.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm so sick of that. I'm like,
yeah, that is very annoying, and it makes people not want to be in groups sometimes. But it's like, if I didn't have one of my Facebook groups, actually, I wasn't even in this group at the time. I have somebody who is known. Anyway, I have somebody who is he has a blue check mark next to him on Instagram. He's verified on Twitter and anything else that he puts himself on. So what he said, I knew. I was like, he coming out of his way to talk to me. He said, I'm in this Facebook group, and the coach that you hired has put your interview that you did with him on his marketing stuff. Like, it's on his advertising campaign that he's got going on. I just want to let you know that he is not who he says he is, and you might want to get that removed. I said, oh my gosh, what? He was like, yeah, I found out in my group that he's resurfacing and he's trying to sell his coaching skills again, which aren't real. Like, he's stealing stuff from other people. He's never done any real voiceover work, so don't trust him. I said, oh Lord, I've been looking this man up for years. What you mean? He's like, because he's stealing stuff from somebody else. Like, his stuff is real, but it's not his, and he's coming off as this person. And I was like, I knew some of the things he was saying wasn't lining up, because you can steal somebody's syllabus, but if you don't know how to operate it and put everything together, and you haven't done it yourself, it's just words. Like, you're not making any real sense. So Lord have mercy. I think that man and that Facebook group, because good grief, he would have just been out here just trying to continue to take my well, I probably would have stopped going to him anyway, but I had to let my friend in the group know, like, girl, don't give that man no more of your money. Don't you do it.
Ooh, see, that hurts.
It man, trying to find somebody that you can trust in this business, any business, and people aren't always honest.
No, they're not.
No.
Like, if they can take advantage of you, they will.
Right. The shenanigans.
Yeah, like it's hard to find somebody that you could really just say, work with them or just trust them. Like you said, especially with you, like your voice. Like I know if I heard your voice somewhere, I'll be like, oh, that's Melissa on BB&T commercial. Hey, Melissa, I heard your voice. That's not me. You're like, oh, BB&T done stole your voice. That they didn't do that for real, y'all. I'm just an example. But
This is silly.
yeah, but it's like they will. I can see people because people do ask like, "Oh, can I get a copy of that clip from this?" Like copy of a clip. Oh, they wanted a copy of the one where you were fighting with Tyson from the How We Roll thing, like the intro skit.
Yeah.
They wanted a copy of that because they wanted to use it. I'm like, I can't do that. I said, I did say if you want to reach out to her and see if she will record for you, you
Right.
can. But I'm not going to give you. Like, no. Why are you gonna make money off of her for free? Like, no.
Lord.
I'm like, people they would do anything to get around having to actually support a business or purchase from a business. So if they can get something from your business for free, they will try to scam it from you if they can.
Right, and it's especially if you're new and you're trying to figure stuff out. Like I know my brother, he ended up getting one of those fake logos. He was talking to the guy for a while, couldn't trust them. Or I know some people, they had social media managers, couldn't trust. Like it's all of this is very new to somebody who's just starting out, and you don't know who you can trust and who you can't trust. So it's I don't know. Not only do you have to do your research, you gotta ask around. You gotta like, this person? What you know about this person? How this person? Like that's my fault, because I usually, when I go out to eat or I order a new product, I look at the reviews, and I should have dug more into the reviews, even though I did look at some, but I should have sent somebody a message or something, because he got a couple hundred. And yeah, it's good grief. People are really, really shady out here in these streets, so y'all be careful.
Yeah. And if you're getting a logo, one thing I learned is you need to determine if you have ownership of your logo, design, art, work, anything somebody creates for you. You need to clarify, do I have full ownership?
Right.
Because if you don't, they can sell your logo to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Or even artwork they can do a drawing for you for a podcast cover. They can sell it. So make sure you have full ownership of the stuff you have somebody create, or you may find out that they can take your stuff and sell it and use it and do whatever they want with it.
That is so true. That goes for all types of stuff. Or somebody, they'll do a service or something for you, and then you start to make money, and you think that you own it, and then they come out of nowhere like, oh, you making all this money, that's mine. Like, no, that's mine. No, we don't got this in writing. That's mine. Like, oh Lord.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. It's just, do your research, people.
It's interesting out here in these streets. That's why not everybody wants to run a business, and that's okay. It's so much work. It can, people think that they get to do whatever they want. You're gonna be able to kick your feet up, live life the way you want to, and it's just gonna be, I don't know, roses and dandies and all that, and it's just not the case. It's a lot, and I can understand why some people just be like, you know what, I don't want the stress of all that. Like owning a house versus having an apartment or something like that. Sometimes people just don't want to. My neighbor, he makes a ridiculous amount of money, but he's like, I just don't want to own a house. I did it before, and I don't want all the responsibility that comes with it again. Like, I don't want to mow any lawn. I don't want to be in charge of anything when it breaks. Like, I don't, because you own a business and it's on you. Like, anything can happen. Anybody can try so many different things, and you know, it's up to you. And something doesn't get done, that's on you. So it's a lot to do, and if you don't want to do that, that is completely okay too, because there's people out here who try to make people feel bad for not having a business, and they just don't want to. That's okay too. There's nothing wrong with, you know, because like, if everybody's a business owner, everybody's got their own thing. No, who gonna drive the dirt bus? Who's gonna drive the SEPTA? Who's gonna drive, you know, the train? Amtrak's just gonna run itself? Good grief. Oh gosh.
See,
there's nothing wrong with it at all. And I have a friend, she thought about it and she's like, you know what, I don't want to do that. I said, girl, that's fine. You make a good amount of money at your job. Do that. And you're going to get some real crazy benefits. Because you know what I have? I have none.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's something you got to consider.
I go out on my own. I'm going to have to pay out giraffe's ass for somebody's health insurance. So, you know, it's only until the state catches on that I still have Medicaid. One day they're gonna cut me off, because they do that sometimes, whether I qualify for it or not. They cut me off occasionally, but I usually have a job with benefits. I've always had a job with benefits. So it wasn't until a few months ago I thought about it, like, COVID is really saving me right now, because they're not doing an extensive amount of research on people right now.
Mm-hmm.
So when things start to go back to some sort of normal, this is going to catch up, and they're going to be like, Melissa, what are you doing on this here Medicaid? Oh, gosh. Oh, my goodness. My eye doctor literally just sent me a text like 20 minutes ago talking about it's time for your annual. Well, I don't have any eye insurance, so I'll see you when my eyes fall out. It'll be okay. I'll work it out.
Shoot, all that stuff is expensive.
It's so expensive.
It's expensive.
I've been looking up the plans, and I was like, you know what? These glasses seem to work just fine. I should be okay. I'm not going to eat any more candy. Be sure to floss. Oh, gosh. It is expensive. Y'all just keep those things in mind, that you have to come out of your own pocket for your insurance, like that, and it's not cheap. It's not cheap at all.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
especially the medical. I mean,
good grief. Yeah, it's ridiculous. So I can completely 1,001% understand why people would not want to start a business. There's so many different, you know, benefits to working for a company, like, and I don't just mean the medical benefits, but there's just, you know, but like, you know, my best friend, she has been working for like the state for like, I don't know how many years, and she thought about quitting because she doesn't like her job, but she makes a lot of money. And then she was like, my pension, like, I'm gonna have some really great stuff when I retire. And they pay for so many different things now, like if she wants to go back to school, or, you know, she gets a discount on her rent no matter where she moves to. And she done moved all throughout the state, and it's valid pretty much wherever she goes. And shit, I'm paying a lot where I'm at, and I don't have a discount, but kudos to you, best friend.
Yeah, because it is not cheap. It's just
not.
That's why I tell people, it's like, if you're out here and you're trying to start a business, don't rush into getting employees talking about you gonna pay them benefits when you can't even get your own benefits.
You ain't never lie. That's so true. As I was making my business plan and all that, I was thinking about that exactly. Like, all right, let's say I bring on an assistant or something like that. First off, I need benefits. I'm sure she gonna want some, or she, but I can't. It's probably gonna be a she. I'm She gonna want something. So, like, good grief. Or, good. If I have an office or something, I'm gonna need some kind of insurance there. Ain't nobody gonna slip on my step, talk about some, Melissa, I'm suing you. No. But it's always a possibility. You got so many different things that could go wrong. You might need an attorney. You never know. I'm in, an area where things could go left or right. I've signed a couple of NDAs that I didn't really know what all of that meant, and I was like, what does this mean? I gotta call my dad to figure this out, and I'm like, man, an attorney would be helpful. I can't afford him right now, or her, but these things, man, they cost money.
Yes.
I don't want nobody to sue me.
I know, because I've been told that I need to get like a business attorney, one to kind of help with, because I didn't know you need an attorney for marketing and advertising to help cover any type of fraudulent stuff. I'm like, jeez. Right. And like you, I really wanted to hire an assistant. Mm-hmm. But then when I started looking into it, I'm like, oh crap. I said, if this person is full time, the benefits alone was like 9 or 10, like almost like $9,000 a month.
Man, I saw that too.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, my heart hurt. I called my mom. I said, Mommy, why didn't you tell me? Well, I told you I wanted an assistant, and you said that's a great idea.
It's expensive.
It's so expensive.
Yeah, because you got to pay their benefits.
Yep.
That doesn't include their salary
at all.
So you got to pay for all of that. Then if they want 401k, that's something different if you got to do their retirement.
That's right.
And I'm like, okay, well, you know what? I guess I'll be my own assistant for a little bit. Do a little double duty here.
Yeah. Or, you can always get a freelancer Fiverr assistant. I am guilty. I got myself one of those for, what was it? 4 hours or so. I needed some help that week. I was like, I don't have it in me to do all of this, and he's very helpful, and he did very well. But I mean, it's always an option, but you'd have to either hire somebody different, and you don't. I wouldn't trust them with certain information.
See, exactly.
You didn't get to do an extensive background check on them. They're just some random person, like. Can do a couple of data entry things, but that's it.
Yeah, I'm like, because
it's a lot.
It is a lot, because it's like I'm trying to kind of change the way the podcast. I want to keep it, self-care, mental health, self-improvement, professional. That's how I want to keep it.
Right.
I don't want to go off the rails like other people who are trying to, like I said, people, do what you do, but I don't want to get into the whole, like you said, the trending thing. Mm-hmm. Like whatever's trending, pop culture. I don't want to talk about Cardi B. I don't like Cardi B. I only listen to her music. So I don't want to be on the whole Cardi B and rap music and all that. I really like the stuff that kind of help people to kind of grow and become a better person. Mm-hmm. So it's like I got this whole list of names and people. It's like I don't have time to sort through all of this. Mm-hmm. And it's like it's just a lot when you think of all the stuff you got to do. And there are times I've been up at 1 o'clock in the morning working on stuff, still haven't gotten a chance to get to the social media stuff. Then you got if you do a podcast, you got to edit the podcast and intros and outros and.
Oh gosh, you're giving me a headache.
Because
I was up till 1 o'clock in the morning working on something.
See?
And yeah, I'm still not done. And
yeah,
I didn't even get to the other things that I needed to do. So yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot. But I agree with you 100%. It's certain things I just don't feel comfortable. Like I would love to let someone have an assistant that just sort of takes care of the website. Mm-hmm. But that means I got to give you administrative rights.
Yes.
So if you having a bad day, don't take it out on my damn website.
Right. You got to trust people with some really like personal things. And it's, good grief. If I'm going to do that, you would really have to be working with me. And I'd have to be able to do some real research on you. Give me your references. I'm calling your last 10 places that you've lived at.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, you just gotta, I don't know. It's a lot. Like it's just so much that is involved. Or even with like email marketing. I'm never thought that I would need to do that. But, you know, I wanna do things. I love Fiverr. Fiverr's great. Fiverr don't get me. But I would like to do things off of Fiverr as well. Therefore, I have my website and my Instagram that I am not currently doing anything on. But when I get it all together, you know, I would like to be, you know, doing things off of Fiverr. And people have been saying a lot, you're going to need to start doing email marketing. I don't know nothing. And I mean nothing about that. I have no idea what they're talking about. I was like, what is a CRM, and what is this thing that they're doing to push out these emails in the first place and do it automatically? And then I was told I need some kind of a email script. I said, what the hell?
See,
Yikes.
It's a lot. It's a lot, and people don't realize it. They assume, because when you say I have my own business, I work from home, that, you know, you're sitting around snacking all day, relaxing. It's like, no, not even close.
Not even close. I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and most days I still don't eat until 7 p.m. when I'm feeding the kids.
See?
I made a schedule, like, I'm looking at it right now. I've put it in my schedule to make sure that I eat, because I just be like so just trying to get things done. I only have a certain amount of time before I have to go get children, and I can't do anything with them here. Oh gosh. And I don't eat sometimes, and that's a whole separate problem that I end up having. And it's running a business is not for the weak, I tell you what.
No, it's really not. And I think people underestimate the amount of time you have to invest into it to make sure it works. Like when we get done with this, it's the editing. I got the guy named Z who does some editing for me, but sometimes I send it to him. The thing about it is, like, sometimes there are topics that may be a little bit controversial. And you got to have somebody that's like, okay, he may be talking about white people or Asians or whatever, or other black people, but he's not talking about me, so I'm not going to screw his podcast up or take words out because I don't like it.
Right.
You know, so it's a lot of work. It's a lot. And then it's like when you're doing multiple things, trying to get everything organized, everything laid out, meet your timelines, your deadlines, your HR, your own IT department. If something breaks, you're trying to fix your computer. You're trying to figure you're everything.
Oh my gosh, tell me about it. I almost threw one of my I got a audio processor. I almost threw that thing out the window. I don't even use it anymore. I'm so mad at myself. I said, oh gosh, this is so stupid. I can figure out so much, but this ain't it. I don't know. I said, I got to hire somebody to come in and just to set this up. I don't know what I'm doing. It's so much. I can't. Oh, God. To be your own IT department. That part makes me itch.
Oh, yeah.
But we are. That's what we are. We are everything.
Everything. Yeah, you're your own person. Some breaks, you got to fix it. Like right now, I may have to get another microphone eventually. I know I'm going to have to update my laptop. And it's just like just money going.
Money, yes. It just be... they say you got to spend money to make money, but
yeah,
grief. They didn't say as soon as you make it, you got to spend it again. That's the part they leave out.
Oh, they left that out altogether.
Right. Like, I get it. All right, I got to put something out to make this money. I'm going to keep it, right? No. Oh, gosh. I'm sure over time, it can definitely work out. You stay consistent and all
Yes.
that jazz. But in the beginning,
Ugh.
or in the middle, sometimes, it's a lot. It's a whole lot. Trying to figure out which way you want to go and how you want to go about things, and trying to do stuff on your own is a lot.
It's a lot, and like you said, it's like things, like for me, things slow down. I'm supposed to be writing scripts. I haven't wrote a script. I'm supposed to be sending you an Angelica script. I haven't done that. So
I understand. Listen, it's good grief. There's somebody that I hired. I told you that before we started. There's somebody else that is on my shit list, and I can't even be. I keep trying to be lenient with him, but then I'm like, nah, man. I paid you to do a review for my Fiverr because there's some things that I just haven't quite played with on Fiverr, and for real, I just need to do it myself. Like, I'm gonna definitely tell him I need my money back. But little gig reviews and see what you're doing wrong, what you could be doing differently, how you can improve. And his reviews for what he does are amazing, and it's not like it's just 10 people. I'm in a group with over 1,000 people that have all worked with him. So it's not like he's not the real deal. He is. However, he keeps pushing Melissa to the side. I don't understand why. I hired him on July 8th. And I still don't got that review, and he said it's 5 to 10 business days, and I'm starting to get a little dispute. But
I'm surprised Fiverr didn't cancel him.
Oh my good golly gosh! Well, he works on Fiverr and off of Fiverr, so he's in a lot of everything. But I see how busy this man is, and I'm like, and I think he does a lot on his own, which I'm like, man. Why don't you hire someone? He the one that's out here buying horses. Instead of buying horses, you need to buy some help. But because now he out here forgetting about little old me, and I'm feeling some type of way. And I was like, but I really do trust his judgment, and he did some really good work. But I was like, I might have to just figure this out myself and tell him I need my money back. Good grief. People play too much.
See, that's crazy. And that's the thing. If somebody purchased something from your business or service, you got to come through.
You have got to. I get it. People get overwhelmed. They got a lot going on. I can dig it. But then that's when you have to pull some services back or cut down on certain things.
Yeah.
You can't do it all, obviously. And that's fine. I certainly couldn't do it all. Damn that. Yikes.
Oh my goodness. For y'all going into business, I hope y'all listening.
Please.
Yeah, don't fall into the social media fantasy world of what it's like to start a business, and just keep in mind that you got to do a lot of research and stuff on your own. You can't rely on other people. If you can find somebody that gives you good information, go ahead and pick their brain, get the information, but do your research, and don't be afraid to say, you know what, this is not working. Let me make adjustments. Let me change this. Don't stay with a sinking ship.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah,
no.
Don't. I'm serious. Even if people say, oh, why you change this? Why you change that? Don't.
Mind your business.
Yeah.
And let me mind mine.
Yeah. Unless you're going to become an investor, shut the fuck up.
Exactly. It's just, oh, gosh. Because I was like, I know I'm going to hear it. And I don't give a damn.
No, I don't either.
Oh, good grief. And it's okay. Like, I've always been somebody I don't really care about people's opinions of me. If they like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. And that's fine with me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I know me, taking a break, and when I come back out with whatever it is that I've got going on, I'm going to be getting some questions like, but I thought you were, and then you was going to, you going to watch it or not? Are you going to listen to what I'm doing or not? Because if you're not, I'm not listening to you. I don't keep the negative comments in my mind. I just be pushing that stuff to the side. I can't. You're not gonna be taking up no room in my brain. You got me doubting myself. No, I'm okay. I do that just fine by myself. So thank you.
Exactly.
I need your help.
Do not need help in that area.
Exactly. So, if you have an idea, you have a passion, you have something that you want to start, go start that. I mean, definitely figure out what it is you got to do. It would be so helpful for you in your life if you can, take that time, get that business plan together, because that market research, that competitor analysis, and the just figuring out what exactly you want to do and where you want to go, like that mission statement, it can be very helpful, because when you start to go forward and then you start to drift off, it's nice to have that thing that you can look at and be like, this is why I started. I'm starting to trickle over to the right over here. I got to come back left.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look at that. And, it's a very helpful thing to have, a tool to have, and be able to look and, especially if it's something that's completely new to you and you know nothing about, it's a very helpful thing to go ahead. And there's so many different templates and tools and books and all that on how to create a business plan. I know that I've watched a couple of YouTubes and found a couple of books and all that, and I was so proud of myself. I mean, I'm still proud of myself. I said, "Oh, I got a business plan. Look at me." Girl. Oh gosh, because it's one thing to have a business, you say, and have my LLC, and I'm making money, but I didn't have any plan. I didn't have any structure. I just hopped up out the gate and said, "I'm here." No, I need more planning. I need some more structure, and that's what I'm putting in order right now, and it's coming along nicely. I'm excited.
See?
So y'all go ahead and do that. Go do that. We support you. Here at Simply Straight Talk, we support you.
Exactly. We do.
Sure do.
And we want everybody to be successful. Take care of yourselves. Go after your dreams. Don't be discouraged. And just at least be able to say you did it.
I know that's right. You don't have to sit and wonder, what if?
Yes.
It's not like, when does Marvel What If start? I'm sorry, I'm a really big Marvel fan, and it's Wednesdays that it starts. I think that's tomorrow. If anybody watches Marvel What If, send me a DM. Or if you watched Loki or WandaVision or Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because I always be wanting to talk to somebody about it, but my family don't really watch that stuff, and I'm like a big Marvel nerd. So send me a message, y'all.
Oh, I love those.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I can't wait for them to finally drop the Spider-Man trailer. You know what, y'all don't want to hear about none of this. It's another day. If y'all want to have a Marvel episode, I'm all for it.
Oh, we should do that.
Oh yes, hell
We
yeah.
should do it. I would love that.
Ooh, let us know, guys. If you guys want to hear us sit here and talk about Marvel for an hour, we're for that. Shoot, say no more. I'm ready.
That is true. Hey, y'all, listen to Melissa. If you want to hear a Marvel episode, hit us up.
Yes.
And we will do it.
It will be spoilers, so you better be up to date.
Yes, definitely. We cannot do a non-spoiler show.
We not holding nothing back, and I got all types of theories. So,
oh, you too?
Yes.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this.
Me too. That's exciting.
All right, y'all. We're going to let y'all go. Don't forget, hit us up. Let us know how you feel about the Marvel episode, we'll do it. And you know what? We probably do it whether you want to or not. So
I know that's right.
you know, we just trying to let y'all be a part of it.
Oh gosh, throw in some questions and we gonna answer because we're gonna do it. We're gonna do this episode.
Yeah, because I definitely want to get into the theories.
Yeah.
Because I am kind of mad at Marvel about something.
Oh, what you mad about?
Because
I say this for another episode.
Yo, okay.
We gonna
Yeah.
We gonna hop on out of here, y'all. But y'all will be getting that Marvel episode very soon. Okay.
All right, y'all. We appreciate the love as always. Me and Melissa, we enjoyed y'all. So we will see you next Friday. Another episode. Stay tuned. The Marvel episode is coming.
Coming soon.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Thanks for joining us this week on the Simply Straight Talk podcast. Make sure you visit our website at rmviagem.com, where you can subscribe to the show on iTunes, Libsyn, SoundCloud, or Spotify, so you'll never miss a show. While you're at it, if you found value in the show, we'd appreciate a rating on iTunes, or if you'd simply tell a friend about the show, that will help us out too. Thank you, and see you next week.